Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Vote for Change. Today's topic is going to be impersonation and why impersonation is actually a feature that would be really cool to have. All right, stay tuned and I'll show you why. Today's topic is brought to us by Daniel. He's writing about the importance of impersonation within Dynamics 365. So, as a consultant, when you configure solutions, it is very easy to see that everything just works because we normally are the IT administrators. The Dynamics 365 administrators. So everything just works. But the second we hand it over to some testing, that's when we start getting the responses. I can't get my view up, the dashboards aren't looking correct, some data is missing, or etc. like that. All of these things could very easily be handled if we just had the option to let's behave as if I were this user, right? And so, there are many topics here to be discussed, like security-wise, what are we actually doing? Are we actually going to be able to be the other user while doing this, and the security implications of doing that, etc. So there are many reasons why this might be a bad idea. But the point of it, why this is a good idea and should be implemented, is we just want to see what it would be like to have his security role. It doesn't mean that we have to actually perform lots of tasks as if we were that person. So I understand that there's some technical things here, but I am sure this can be done. And there are alternatives, and I will show you briefly. But the point is, he has a very good point here. We, as configuring consultants, we really need this feature. All right, so let's have a little look here. So if I navigate over to account picture. Sorry for most of this being blurred out, but this is our live CRM production system, so I kind of have to blur a few things out. The point is, I'm now logged in as Thomas Sanser. I am the system administrator for this dynamic solution, therefore I see everything. But what if I had the chance to sort of one-click a button here in the profile and say, you know what, I don't want to be Thomas anymore. I want to be a different person because I want to see if the security role has access to everything that I'm viewing here, right? Well, here's the kicker. Bit fun part. It's just this is a fun fact. No, nothing more than that. I found a blog article because I can't remember. I'm not a SharePoint dude, but I remember something from back in the days. Actually, there was a feature that you could have within SharePoint, sign in as a different user, and you can easily sort of flip over to a different user somehow. But I guess this before we had profiles and all that. And everyone can argue, you know what, all you got to do is just have a different profile. But having a different profile is actually having a completely different user with a different license, etc. And that's kind of like not really what I want to do. But in some cases in testing, yes, I agree. That's probably the correct way to do it. What we want to see here is like, there's this tool also that most people know about that do configuration. And unfortunately, I would say a lot of customers also. This is a overly powered tool. Level Up. Kudos to Level Up, the creator. I forget his name. I'll probably just post it in. An amazing tool. It's a necessity, of course. Point is here. We could open the Level Up and we can go into impersonate. And I can say here that I want to impersonate. I'll just choose a random guy here, which I'm pretty sure wouldn't have a license. I'm just taking a leap of faith here. This guy does not have a license. And I'm going to click OK to impersonate this person. So right now it's going to reload the page. And the first thing I should get is a message. Hey, you can't even see this URL because I don't have permission to see it, because normally I actually wouldn't as that user. So that could, this is a stupid example, but it could be this is like because the whole app isn't shared to this person at all. But it could be a view, etc. Like so. Level Up does save us, absolutely. But do I think this kind of tool should be controlled by Microsoft and not Level Up? Yes. Several reasons for that. Am I happy that we have Level Up? Of course. I love Level Up. That's not the point. I still think this is such an important feature in ways of when doing configuration. It's like I don't really need to be that user. I just need to sort of, in a simulated browser, experience what it is to have this and this and this security role. And then I can close it down. Because then we're still acting as if I were Thomas Sanser. So I'm not saving as if I were a different user. which could cause security implications. So the real idea here is actually really good. So let's throw a dice. So the thing about this thing is, this idea, I kind of want to give it, and of course I'm a little biased because I really like this, I kind of want to give it a 6. But, you know, I'm going to stick to the 6, but I'm going to stick to the 6 on the basis that it is extremely useful feature. Just going to make sure that we see that. But we need to make sure that the feature doesn't give us the ability to act in an improper way of being someone else, right? So all I really need to make sure of here is that we would have had a feature that says that Thomas Sanser, I can act not necessarily as a different user, but as a different security role. I think that would also help. Again, personal opinion. There are many aspects to all this stuff. But yeah, so if you want this to be a Microsoft feature, official feature also, remember to hit the vote button, which is, again, as I showed you last time, extremely simple. Click the vote button. That's all we got to do, all right? So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.